We've left St. Mary-Glees and we're heading to the beaches now. The first beach we'll be seeing is Utah Beach. The beaches are on the far side of those dunes over there, and we're approaching the first of the beaches now, which is the Utah Beach. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the D-Day landings, there was Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juneau and Sword beaches. Utah and Omaha were the American landing beaches. Gold and Sword were the British, and Juneau were the Canadian forces. And on the 6th of June 1944, early after midnight, an airborne assault of 24,000 paratroopers began, along with bombardments, and sea bombardments commenced closer to dawn to allow the attacks and the landings to take place. It was the largest seaborne invasion in history, and also the most successful ultimately. Unfortunately, to achieve that, so many thousands upon thousands of soldiers lost their lives. This is the Utah Beach Memorial. This is Utah Beach. As the Americans attempted to land, strong currents forced the landing craft off course, landing them further south than they had initially intended. This worked in the Allies' favour, as further south along the beach was much less heavily fortified, and the troops met with very little opposition compared to the other beaches. This allowed the American forces to gain a stronghold on the beach and began the liberation of Europe. You can see why they chose these beaches, as they are long and flat and suitable for landing men and machinery. On D-Day, over the 50-mile stretch of Normandy coast, there were 156,000 Allied troops. They used 5,000 ships, 50,000 vehicles and 11,000 planes. The latest research shows that there were nearly 4,500 Allied dead, and the estimates for the Germans was between 4,000 and 9,000 dead. For the whole battle in Normandy, over 425,000 Allied and German troops were killed or wounded. As they advanced up to the exit of the beaches, they came across reinforced walls in the sand dunes, which can be seen here. These had to be destroyed using explosives, and the paths widened to allow troops and tanks advance off the beach. This is Grandcamp Maisy, and this is the World Peace Statue, which was given by the Chinese in 2004. And also there's a commemoration here for the National Guard for on the 8th of June 1944. Advance elements of the 3rd Battalion 116th Regiment were halted by the deadly fire of a German machine gun. Sergeant Frank Peregori attacked the enemy with daring using grenades and his bayonet. He captured 35 enemy soldiers. For the valour and courage demonstrated by this American soldier during this action, he was awarded the highest US military decoration, the Medal of Honor. This is the German cemetery at Cambe, which has over 21,000 graves. I'm sure many of the men and boys here, who range in ages from 16 to 72, did not support the cause and were forced to be here. But whatever the reason, there was a high price paid on both sides. Next stop is Pointe Du Hoc. Pointe Du Hoc is a 100-foot sheer cliff face, which was attacked by the American Rangers using grappling hooks. and rope, and there was a gun battery at the top of it, and under severe fire. By the time they got to the top of it, they realised that the guns had been moved. They did actually find them further out, about half a mile away, and were able to disable them using explosives, but the guns themselves had been moved from the location they were attacking. This is the memorial at the top of the cliff face that the Rangers attacked. I'm not the sculptor, so don't ask me about the design. Due to a navigation error, the Rangers landed about a mile further along the coast and had to traverse the bottom of the cliff face before starting their climb, and in the process losing the element of surprise. This is the view from the cliff face itself. And at the top there's an observation bunker. As we go down into the bunker, you can see the view the Germans had of the coast that morning. As you can imagine, there are many visitors here every day, including this World War II veteran and his family. The gun emplacements were behind the observation posts, and I will show you the view from the top of this gun bunker. The Allies feared this gun battery the most of all the German emplacements because it was capable of firing on both Utah and Omaha beaches with heavy artillery. The whole area here is full of craters from the aerial and naval bombardment of the area to weaken it pre-attack. As I said, when the Rangers did make it to the top, they found the guns had been moved. They did locate the guns ready to fire about a half a mile away and disabled them using thermite grenades. The Germans counterattacked the position several times over the next 24 hours, but the Rangers held out until reinforcements arrived. Of the 225 plus men that started the battle, 90 survived.